So this is our jackfruit that has survived like 2 winters. Now it was almost completely dead last winter, and it showed just a little sign of life and growth, but now it's got 3 leaves on it. It looks like it's got a new leaf bud at the top there. Look at our hybrid red jaboticabas. Got it, this guy here is probably about 6 or 7 inches tall now. Flies everywhere. They obviously love these annual tithonias, or Mexican sunflowers. So I took a video the other day about the goldenrods, but we had to scrap most of the video because we were getting like errors and they weren't compiling. But look at here, all yellow, and it's going to be even more yellow over the next week or so. These flowers, most of them aren't even fully opened yet, so. Of course, we got to get our daily look at our pumpkin, zucchinis, whatever they are. This is one that was just a little tiny thing yesterday or the day before. I mean, look how much growth they get. They like grow like a ½ pound a day, it looks like. Years ago, it probably looked similar to that. You can see my hands here. A little bit bigger than my thumb, maybe. And now, my thumb against this one. Wow. Papaya here producing more little flower bloom heads all over, or spikes or whatever. Not quite open yet, but as I said in the previous video, it's probably way too late in the season. It's going to get too cold for anything to mature. Those pumpkins or zucchinis or whatever squash type they are. It's our first time growing them since they're, producing female flowers now. And new squash all the time, and they have so much growth every day. We're obviously probably going to be filming, putting that in our vlog quite often, because it's new. Maybe next year we won't do it quite as much if we grow them again. One of our red navel oranges fell off, and it's pretty green, so I don't know what's going on with these fruit drops, especially so late in the game. Barely a tinge of like yellow right there. It does have, this is probably more than it's ever had this season though. It's been like a semi-dwarf, maybe 10 foot tall, maybe 11 or 12 foot at its peak, but hasn't had a lot of growth. So usually you get a citrus that's grafted and it's on semi-dwarf. Sometimes you get dwarfing, which is like 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 foot max, and then the semi-dwarf or whatever is usually 15 foot, maybe a little less. Not a lot of red pigment or anything in it. That's edible. It's sweet. It's got some flavor, but we're still a couple months away probably from maximize flavors. I really want to do an update on the xeriscaping lot, but there's just not enough to update on yet. And part 2, because I made like an episode 1 months ago, and we just, maybe next year, maybe next season, we'll have something more to show, enough to make an episode 2. Like we have some more Sambokans that have fell kind of early. Should we dare? Definitely a lot smaller than normal. They smell amazing. Got a very lemony smell to them. A little sour. Not a whole lot of flavor. Super juicy. They need, like I said, another probably month or 2. Highly seedy, more of a novelty item. We still need to plant our youngest kid's tree, which is a cocktail hybrid grapefruit seedling, which we have no idea what it's going to turn out to be like once it actually does produce. The mosquitoes and the weather just were not in our favor, so maybe before it gets too cold we'll be able to do this.
You know, the mosquito population is really lower now. They're not gone. I mean, I've even seen yellow flies out. Other than that, we have our fig shipment coming in with one other thing today, and we have a whole lot of other stuff planned today. So we'll probably do just a small video of the figs that we receive and then end this vlog today. Not sure when that will be, but yeah. We got our box of plants, fig trees and stuff finally. Very long box here, so hopefully that means we got some nice big plants this time instead of little tiny plugs. It's kind of heavy too. There we go, all gemmed in there. I forgot also got a passion flower in here as well. Everything looks good and moist, you know. They're in 2 bags and there's no pots. There's just the little bit of soil in the roots, so we may just keep these out all night and try to work with them tomorrow and pot them up. But yeah, that's about it for now. Heck, these figs are probably big enough to just go ahead and plant in the ground. I'd say they're like 2.5 foot, just folded over at about 18 inches to 24 inches. So yeah, they're probably ready to go on the ground now if we can find a place. Looked at the note they sent. It says many of our rooted cuttings have been growing in a greenhouse environment and need gently hardened off in a sheltered, partly shaded location before being placed in the full sun. So that means we probably, if we're going to plant anything in the full sun, we probably need to put it in a pot first and let it harden off for a little while. Anything that is going to be put in shade, we probably just need to plant it in the ground. But probably all of the figs, we may just put in a pot for now.